Okay, well, hello everybody. I hope you've been having a wonderful day. Mine has been so busy and everything and whatever. I'm already used to all these ups and downs and stuff. And it doesn't mean that I don't get worked up sometimes by some things I see on social media and all over the place. And I have boys, right? So as much as I'm a feminist, I'm an advocate for women's rights and all of that, I would always stay, I would stay in touch with what is happening to our boys, what is happening in the world. And I'm like, karma is a bitch. Karma is a bitch both ways. So as much as I would like to say, yeah, statistics show that many more women are victims of domestic abuse, domestic violence, and all of that. I know from first-hand experience. I'm a lawyer, I'm a psychotherapist, I've been a victim myself, I'm a survivor. Fine. But there are also women who abuse men, and men might not be as emotional as we are, but they also have feelings and they can act in ways we will not understand. See, men act, women cry, women feel, so a man might not necessarily cry out to the world, but if a man opens his mouth to cry out, the next thing might be the action, or he may not cry out and then he will just act. I mean, that's why we see cases of many men who kill women. That is, they have bottled it up. They've tried to be man until they cannot be man anymore, and then they just act. But a woman, why trying to be a woman or whatever? She's going to be crying. She's going to be crying. So we are going to know more and more what's going on, and we are going to feel sorry. And I have talked both sides, right? I talked domestic abuse. I looked at it from both sides, and I'm like, if it's not working, you guys should part your ways, right? Is it by force? But not everybody can have the courage to just leave and go, especially when you've invested emotionally and financially. And even if you leave, you'll be like, no, I cannot lose like this. I cannot. Better all of us die than for me to have put in so much and to get nothing in return. And the worst one is when you have even invested until you even have children. So you are losing everything, including the right to those children to even see them. And this is the case that was shared with me by my big sister this morning, and I felt about it. We talked about it, and I was like, I'm going to go on live and talk about this, and just to tell my boys, my sons, my husbands, my brothers, process that pain. You have every right to feel that pain. It is so inhuman to do this to another human being. And for the man, it is his whole manhood that you are destroying like that. I have known men who have said, I'm falling head over heels in love with you. And I'm trying to teach my sons, you don't fall head over heels in love with a woman. I'm a woman. Yes, don't. Because I'm not going to fall head over heels in love with a man. Don't put that energy in me. Don't. Because it can lead to something. It's going to be like, you see the way Will Smith was looking when Jada was telling him what she had done. When you look at the two of them, who has been crushed, even if it's been years, she has already dealt with the thing for her. She has moved on. But for the man, it's like, this is, maybe they have talked about it before, I don't know, but for him it was like, now the whole world knows how much of a loser I am. So this man who had been with this girl for several years, met her when she just had, whether it was in primary school teaching or something. He was from ENS, and he thought, well, let me send her to Enam so that at least she can become something, and then after I will see what I can do. Some men think like, yeah, that thing of in those days now, if you want to see me, look at my wife. You want to know who I am, look at my wife. If you're a man, you have a big compound and many wives and many children, then you have arrived. As much as I tell women, empower yourself, I also tell men, empower yourself. Because frankly speaking, you are ENS. Yeah, even if ENS grade is bigger than ENAM grade, but we know the reality of the terrain now. ENAM people have more opportunity to, zigzag around. ENS people have what? So for me, if I had the opportunity of going to ENAM, I would go to ENAM. And then you, the woman, go to ENS or Do something. Putting all your eggs. People say, I saw some man, two pictures of two different men who have gotten married polygamously, and some people are wishing them hellfire and whatever. I'm like, I beg, if it works out for you people, please live your life. Seriously. If the two women have agreed to marry one man, if they want to fight, let them fight. But seriously, that would help the man not to. One woman will not be stuck up jealous, or you'll be so jealous about one woman. Frankly speaking, the world is turning so upside down. I think it is really for each person to watch their own mental space. Please, men, don't put all your eggs in one basket. What I mean is that I'm not saying don't love only one woman if that is your thing, but make sure this one woman is committed to you as much as you are committed to her. Both of you talk about this thing. Instead of just investing, and then when you start seeing the least sign, please call the thing to order. And then you can't be investing in a woman, you're not even married to that woman. You are sending her through a name and everything. Then when you think now that you want to officialize it, she starts telling you stories. Her mother starts telling you stories. And that might be a story that might be made up, but those are things that happen in our society. And if we don't talk about it, well, sometimes men are not as good at talking like we are women. So yeah, my sister Clary, she gives a voice to them. She hosts shows. She gets them on her show. Me too, I have 3 boys, so I cannot even avoid men's topic. I cannot. There's no way I can avoid men's topic. I'm a woman. I've also maltreated a man. So I know how we women can maltreat men. And they will feel it, because for them it's all about their ego. It's all about their manhood. It's all about, it's like that. That is who they are. That is how they are wired. So sister, if you are one of those women or those girls who is eating a man's money, making him, like when I was in Boya, I will remember when I was in the university, I know some girlfriends who had their small boys around, the ones that they are with every day. Then they had the guys who came in from Douala over the weekend or from Yaoundé. And then those are the ones who brought the money. And I used to, the day that fire will catch, and most of them fire caught. Because the one who is coming in with the money and everything, one day he will come unannounced and discover you with your small university guy, the one you love and stuff. It was such a mess. Whether it's my sugar daddy plus my bum payer plus my good in bed and all of those things. And it's like, that's fashion. It doesn't pay. I'm very glad I'm out of that mess I got into when I was married. Terrible. Maybe that's why I don't even want to get me into any messy situation again. Go and mess somebody's child's life up. No. And then now with me having 3 boys, I'm like, hey, the girl who is going to joke with one of my sons had. Anyway, my son said, the way I'm bringing them up, I'm telling them all these things every day. You don't do that. I've told my first son that he's had 2 breakups before. We talk about it, and I'm like, don't bother. Then we process the thing and they move on. Now he's there, girls are running behind him. I'm like, no, you have what much more. Don't settle like that. Take your time, let them run, because you will not even settle with any of these ones around us. So why is the point putting all your heart in the whole thing and getting angry and getting worked up if she replies or she does not reply, spending your small money on her and everything? No. And that is what we have to be doing to our children, parents, so that they grow up with it. And then they don't get stuck when they're 40 years or 30 years and then are investing in some woman, and then the woman is messing around with them like that. Seriously, I'm a mother of 3 boys, so I cannot hear that kind of thing and think, well, it serves the man right. Well, it could as well be my son. Would I be saying serve my son right? No. So let me say it now. And of course, my son is going to watch. And of course, I talk to them all the time. No, don't rush. The same way I tell women or girls, don't rush. The same way I will tell men or boys, don't rush. You're rushing into what? You're loving what? You see somebody has figure 8 and stuff. You start to juice. Saliva is coming out from your mouth. You start to send her all kind of money. Give her your credit card. I'm talking like this. I had one of my brothers. He was like that. I think he has smart. He has learned lessons in life now where I'm proper. You get head over heels in love with some girl. Give her your credit card. Give her this. Give her that. Give her that. Bah, 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 bah. Big fire. What is all that? We all have to start thinking emotional intelligence, how to be rational in this thing called love. Seriously, we have to. There are many How many girls do I have? I have to talk with one at 5 o'clock. There's another small one. There's another one from Nigeria. She has even attempted suicide today. All of this, all because of love, 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 love. Men killing, women dying. Oh. Now by force. Now by force. You cannot even love your own self first of all before you even start running after other people like that. I'm here like this. I'm like, I beg, I don't want me headache. Do you love yourself? That's my first question. I ask anybody writing to me, not talking to me, how much do you love yourself? On a scale of 0 to 10, tell me. And then I ask you other tricky kind of questions. And then I'm like, this one is not worth the trouble. I'm not raising anybody up now apart from those 3 children and my sister and stuff like that. So I don't want no grown adult who doesn't know his left from his right to come and waste my time. And I don't want to waste anybody's time. I know I don't want to eat me nobody's money. Let me leave me at my level like this than to go date some man just because you want him to pay your bills, do all of those things. He's there thinking that he has some serious something somewhere, whereas you are just there fooling around with him for his money. Yeesh, women. As much as we cry, we should also think and be considerate and stop wasting men's time, stop chopping their money, stop playing around with their emotions and everything, because they act. They might not cry, they might not even discuss it with their friends. They will just come with a gun or a knife. And we are getting the stories more and more these days. The other day was in Kumba. Yesterday was in Kumba. Boya. Soon, Douala has even already happened. Everywhere it's going to become like that's a trend. Hey. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share. Let me prepare. I have some 2 or 3 other sessions now. It's getting hectic. It's getting hectic. I'm going to start teaching, maybe next year, so that there should be more psychotherapists or counselors or whatsoever all over the place. It's really getting hectic. People are getting more and more crushed, and it's not fair. If you think of the golden rule, you will not do to the other person what you don't want to be done unto you. And if you really think that love conquers all, then you're going to love somebody for real. You're not going to love their money. You're not going to love their body. You're not going to love all of those things. You will love their heart. You will love their character. Anyway, Magomino. Anybody jokes with my sons, hey, Mama G, I watch her to learn. That guy no go know me. I would stay me away from your thing. But if my son comes crying to me and I do my investigation and every time I realize you messed up, we will beef it out together first now, and then I will also help my son to get it back, and then he would now be. So it is really important that, please, girls and boys, we don't mess around with each other. It's not worth it. Karma is a bitch. Thank you so much, those who joined. Okay. Let me get going now. God bless us all.